Alright, the Juicy Lucy Burger. The Juicy Lucy Burger is a cheeseburger with the cheese on the inside. So, first thing you'll need is some ground beef, you'll need some mince, and you're going to need 12% or more fat. Ideally about 20% fat if you can get it. And right there is a clove of garlic. That'll be used to season the Juicy Lucy burger from the inside. And there's a little bit of my red onion relish there, but I'll be showing you how to make it from that ingredient, from red onions and from balsamic vinegar and perhaps a little bit of sugar. I've got some decent salt, I've got some decent pepper, and I've got some rather nice Somerset extra mature cheddar slices. The original recipe of course calls for American cheese, but personally I don't really like it very much, so I'm going to go with that cheddar, which I know I like. And I've got some rather nice white baps, we call them, but they'll do as burger buns for this rather delicious burger. So they're just bread baps, white bread baps. First of all, I want to take my meat, oh there you go, I want to cut it into two halves. And then I want to just lightly press it together like that. I don't want it to go too much. I don't want to overwork the meat, otherwise it ends up rubbery and horrible. We don't want that. Just throw it from hand to hand. Don't want to overwork it. Don't want to get it too warm. So then I start to push each down each patty. And then shape it into a nice round shape as you go. So these are two 4-ounce patties that we're going to put this together and make an 8-ounce Juicy Lucy burger. So as you push it out, you need to start pushing in the edges and making the edges look rather neat. You can hear my frying pan going because I'm getting my frying pan kind of hot right now. And then same with the other one. And you want to make two of roughly the same size. If you are working on a normal worktop, you can just do this on top of some cling film or something like that, you know, to keep it workable and keep it manageable. Alright, so we've got ourselves two nice looking patties there, rather thin. But now we want to work on some garlic. And then what I want to do is I just want to thinly slice the garlic. So that's about half a clove of garlic, which I've just very thinly sliced. And you probably don't need that much, so I'm going to take away some of that I don't need, just for one burger. Half a clove of garlic is enough for two burgers. And then I just want to get some salt on that. A little bit of salt, which will help season the burger from the inside. And then you press down on the blade like that and pull back, and then just mash it all up like that. Just mash it right up. And you're using the salt as an abrasive to help mash it all up. So you end up with a paste of garlic looking like that. And then what I want to do is I want to bring my patty down and spread that in the middle of my patty to season it. Also onto that, I want to get some pepper. Plenty of pepper, because we like pepper, don't we, boys and girls? And then we want some of this nice cheese. So what have we got? It's too big to fit in there, so what I like to do is break it up into pieces and keep it in the middle like that. And because one is never quite enough, we're going to do it with two. We're going to make this a very cheesy, juicy Lucy. And then leave that as a little island in the middle like that. And then your top patty goes on top of all that. And then the real skill now, boys and girls, is in getting these edges sealed. So you push down along the edges. And then what I want to do is I want to push down on the burger and seal it in as I go. Push down and push in like that to seal it all together. And then what you do is you flip the whole thing over and you do the same on the other side. So we end up with a well sealed burger, because all that cheese is going to be trying to find a way out, isn't it? So what we want to do is try and keep as much of that cheese in as we can while we're cooking it. It's sometimes a little bit too much to ask, but okay, once we got our burger nice and ready, you can now chill that burger until it's ready to use. That pan is super hot now. So I'm just going to get in about a teaspoon of salt. And you use flake salt. And onto that, in the middle goes your burger. And you don't push down on it, you don't press down on it at all, you just let it cook naturally. If you're going to push down at the edges. And we want to be giving this about 2.5 minutes on each side. Okay, it's been on there a couple of minutes. We can now lift it. As soon as it's ready to lift, it's ready to turn. And then we turn it and just push down on the edges. We're not pressing this burger at all. Okay, once it's done about a minute on the other side, I want to get in a bit of oil into our pan. So half a tablespoon, and in go our red onions. That's one red onion which I've just cut up, and you cut it up into slices. It's more manageable on the burger as slices than it is as little pieces. And you get that turning in the oil, and you just let that cook on for a little bit. What I want to do now is put the lid on just for a minute and turn the heat down to half of my total heat. Mine goes up to 6, so I turned it down to 3. Okay, after a minute of steaming, I'm going to pull the lid back towards me and let the steam out, use it as a shield, and then that burger should be ready to just take that off now and to rest it. I'm very lucky this time it didn't stick to the bottom, and it didn't spew out all the cheese that's on the inside. And that burger right now will be just about medium. If you like it well done, leave it in a bit longer. Right. So now I'm spreading out those onions, and this is how we make our onion relish. It's good to let your burger rest for a minute or two, and you want to splash about half a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar on top of that. And you want a couple of tablespoons of water. That goes on top. And you let that turn. Then you want to go in, you want to have a taste of that. It needs another splash of vinegar. About a tablespoon altogether, I reckon, in that one. And the other thing that needs is a little tiny teaspoon of sugar. So I'm using brown demerara sugar. Use whatever sugar you like. I'm just putting a teaspoon of that in it and seeing how it is. Get that mixed in well. Then we go in with a final taste test. And we're bang on the money. Wonderful. So you want that to be sweet, sour and very oniony and slightly salty. Which it will be because it's picked up all the salt in the bottom of that pan. Really nice. Okay, meanwhile make sure your bun is toasted. And then we'll get to build up this burger. Let's build that burger. Okay, the first thing we want on that burger is a few of our onions. We'll get those down there. And that's lovely. They're slightly tangy, oniony, salty. Just perfect really. And onto that goes our Juicy Lucy burger. And we don't want to waste any of that juice that's on the plate, so that can go on the lid. Also on the lid, you can put your toppings on that you like. I like a bit of sriracha on mine. Little swirl of sriracha. Sriracha, should I say. A little bit of mayo. And some chop. And in my opinion, beef is never complete without lots of black pepper. So we'll get that on there, shall we? And then I'll cut this in half and let you see what it looks like. Alright, let's get down this thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lovely. Juicy Lucy. Hey friends, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you would like to follow my channel, please subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications for all my future videos. It would be great to hear from you in the comments, and I'll try to get back to as many of you as possible. You may wish to check out these titles or even help me out with a donation using the links in the description below the video. Thanks for watching.